Welcome to my next video. In this video, we're going to be talking about saving and spending. How do you spend? How do you save? What are the trade-offs between savings and spending? How do you balance out your savings and your spending? But first, what I say in this video is based upon my education, my life experiences, and my set of values. What I say is for typical people in typical situations. This video is not for all people in all situations. If it was, this video would be hours or even days long. My goal and hope is that by the end of this video, you will have more information and be able to make better decisions for your life. So, let's talk about spending. Spending is deciding to spend money on today's you and deciding not to spend money on future you. So the goal of spending is to try to get you the maximum amount of happiness over your entire life so that today's you and future you are both happy people. Now, we spend money on various things. We spend money on stuff we need, stuff like housing, food, and we also spend money on stuff we want, like bright, shiny objects. Some people get confused between what we need and what we want. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have to choose between two things, oxygen and a new luxury car. What do you need? What do you want? You need oxygen. You want a luxury car. If you're confused about this, let's consider the alternatives. You have the new luxury car, but no oxygen. Alternatively, you get oxygen, but no new luxury car. Which one do you choose? So why do some people say, I need a new luxury car? Well, part of it's marketing. If a marketing person can convince you that you need something, you're more likely to buy it. The other part of it is just getting used to more expensive stuff. It's very easy for us to get used to more expensive stuff. And once we get used to more expensive stuff, we regard that sometimes as a need rather than a want. Here's something else you should know. As you buy more and more expensive stuff, it makes you happy. Seems reasonable. But once you get used to buying more and more expensive stuff, if you ever have to go backwards and go buy less expensive stuff to get back to the cheap stuff, that'll make you sad. Again, no great revelation. But here's the kicker. The happiness you feel getting more and more expensive stuff and the sadness you feel when you have to go backwards, the sadness is going to be about twice as much as the happiness. So that's something you may want to consider before you ramp up your lifestyle costs. If you ever go backwards, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt about twice as much as it felt good to be spending more money. Before you spend money on stuff, consider what it is you really want. Many moons ago, the last time I bought a car, I was not just buying transportation. What I wanted was something that was red, had a manual transmission, 2 seats, fun to drive, and would likely not kill me. Now, I was in the very fortunate position that I could go out and just buy what I wanted. But what if I couldn't? What if I didn't have the money to buy what I wanted? Well, then you just try to get as close as you can to what you want with the money you have. You take the money that you do have and figure out what is it on your list that's really important to you. Is it red? Is it the manual transmission? Not likely to kill me? And then try to get as many of those attributes as you can. That's a great way to spend money and to try to get more happiness. So, how much happiness do we get when we buy a big expensive thing like a car? The short answer is not as much as we think we're going to get. The happiness we get from buying something big and expensive tends to go away pretty quickly. In fact, it turns out that for most of us, spending money on experiences rather than things will make us happier. Spending money on experiences, particularly experiences we plan for in advance, things like vacations, sporting events, entertainment. Spending money on stuff like that gives most of us more happiness than spending the same amount of money on things. Also, if you are going to spend money on things, it turns out that for most of us, getting lots of little things is better than buying one big thing that costs the same amount of money. Savings is deciding to spend money on future you. That's what savings is. Now, why spend money on future you? Well, future you has needs and wants also. Future you would like to buy some stuff. Future you would like to retire one day. Those are all arguments from future you to today's you about why you should save instead of spend everything. Something to consider is that getting into the habit of spending all of your money and all of the wealth that comes into your life, spending everything today, that's not really a good habit. One day it will be the future, and who knows what the future will bring. It would be great if you had some savings to spend on future you. How do I save? Well, saving means spending less money today. One thing you might want to consider is budgeting. I have another video on budgeting about how you can spend less money today and still be as happy as you are today. Now, the way most of us save is the money and wealth comes into our life, and if there's anything left over at the end, we put it into savings. How about this? How about you consider paying yourself first? Most of us work in a place where part of our paycheck can be automatically deposited into savings or a retirement plan. You never see the money, you never spend the money. You pay yourself first. Now, you may say to me, great idea. I need all my money right now to live on. Okay. How about as we go along in life? Are you going to get more money when you get increase in salary at work, get bonuses, have other money and wealth coming into your life? Consider saving part or all of that. You're not used to spending it right now, and you can save it. Okay, we have spending, we have savings. How do we balance out the trade-offs between the two? Well, again, the goal of spending is to get the maximum amount of happiness for your entire life. What will make today's you and future you have the maximum amount of happiness? That's what you should consider. Now, let me tell you about my two imaginary friends, Spendo and Savo. Spendo spends every penny Spendo gets. Spendo has all the latest toys. Spendo goes on great expensive adventures. That's Spendo's life. Spendo saves zero for savings. Savo, on the other hand, has been saving consistently since Savo was 3 years old. Savo lives in a very tiny place. Savo has very old stuff, but Savo has enormous savings. So, who's right? Spendo or Savo? Think about it. Okay, let me change the facts a little bit. Spendo and Savo both die when they're 30 years old. Who was right? Spendo or Savo? With the benefit of perfect hindsight, probably Spendo. Let's change the facts again. Spendo and Savo both live to be 100 years old. Who's right? With the benefit of perfect hindsight, probably Savo. The point I'm trying to make is that when you're looking at spending and when you're looking at savings, there's not really a right answer you're going to know at the time. You're just going to have to try to balance it out and decide, looking at the trade-offs, what's best for you. And the person who is best in the entire world at figuring this out is you. In this video, we learned about savings and spending. How do you spend? How do you save? How do you balance and trade off between spending and savings? If you want to learn more, be sure to check out my other videos. Until the next video, always remember that you are the best person in the world to decide what is important in your life. Thank you for watching. Please click the button to subscribe. I hope that you got something from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment. Please check out my channel, playlists, and other videos. Have a great day.